Welcome to NFSB.me. Are you wondering how to sign up for one of our trade or RAC programs online? Let me walk you through it. We're going to start on our continuing education homepage. From the tabs available, we're going to select the trade programs. You can either select directly the program that you're interested in or click on the trade programs option. This will open to a page that shows a list of all the programs offered at the New Frontier School Board, and it will also show you a little bit of information about tuitions. For this exercise, we're going to use the accounting program. So I will select the accounting tab, which will open in a new page that gives me a little bit of information about what's to be expected in the accounting program, as well as the option to apply now over here on the right. So I'm going to select apply now. A new window has opened in our Admissio FP page. That is the program that we are using for our online applications. You'll see some information here, like what center the program is being offered at, the Nova Career Center, as well as all the programs being offered at the Nova Career Center, as well as their start dates and their RAC options. So if I'd like to join the accounting program, I have two options. I have a group, a full-time group, starting in September, or if I already have experience in accounting and I would like my experience recognized, I can select the RAC accounting option. So for this exercise, I would like to join the traditional full-time program. So I select the group starting in September. Now I get to see a little bit more information about what's to be expected. So I see the start date and the end date of the program, that it is a day program starting at 8:30 and finishing on 3:30, Monday to Friday, and what the cost is to join this program. If I have any questions down below, I have a phone number and email where I can ask questions. I'm going to start the online application by choosing the button on the bottom here that says Online Application, and then Start. The first piece of required information is your permanent code. You're going to find that on any report card or transcript that has been issued by the Quebec Ministry of Education. If you've never studied in Quebec, you'll need to request a temporary code, and you can do that by contacting one of our centers. I'm going to use a code that I created for this exercise. Please don't use this code. It is made up, and you need your own code to complete the application process. So the first page that comes up is a consent form. By checking this box, you allow your information to be looked at. So I'm going to move forward by clicking on Next. Now I'm going to enter the personal information. So last name, first name. I'm choosing to select that I don't have any other names. I'm going to leave it as male. Birth year, 1980. Birth month and birthday. I've decided that this person was born in Montreal. There is a menu that's opened. Unfortunately, you can't see it all. It's chosen Quebec, but anywhere in the world is available in this menu. As well as when it comes to language, again, you're not going to see it, but every language in the world is open to me right now, and I am selecting English. Next. Now I'm going to enter my father's last name. I'm going to give Quinn John and Mary as parents. Now I'm going to enter my email address. I highly suggest that you do enter an email address here. It is great to be able to contact you through email and send you confirmations through this process. Now I'm going to enter a password. Make sure that the passwords are the same. I suggest that you keep note of what your password was so that when you need to re-enter your folder in the future, you will be able to. Our next step is to enter a mailing address. You need just enter the number of your street address and your postal code. And if you happen to have any apartment numbers. By hitting search, it gives us an option here. If your option is not available, if your address didn't show up, you could always choose the manual entry option that was also available to you. Next up is our phone number, a cell phone number, or any other numbers that you want to add, and then next. The next page has some specific questions. So the first one is, I agree to allow the NFSB to use my likeness, so photographs of me, in publicity or advertising. This has to do a lot for our social media campaigns. So we often put photos online of people who are new students or are participating in activities like Halloween costumes or things like that. So I'm going to select yes. I understand that this is only an application to the program, that it's not a registration. So you're just verifying that you understand that you are just sending in your information right now and that someone will contact you to complete the registration process. So I'm going to select that, yes, I understand. The next question is, do you have exam accommodations, or did you, sorry? And that has to do with elementary or high school. Did you have any sort of aides, anybody that helped you when it came to reading or giving you extra time when you were in school? We'd like to know because maybe we can make similar accommodations for you. Our next question has to do with the place of birth. That's what POB stands for, of your father and mother. Personally, I'm going to put in Canada for this application. But again, whatever is your story, that's what you're going to enter there. Next up is driver's license. So the driver's license primarily has to do with the automotive department, and that has to do with whether or not you'll be allowed to move vehicles around. So I'm going to select no for my personal one, and I'm going to put in a number as the SIN number. Okay, our next question is whether or not you completed grade 11, yes or no. What your short-term goals in. So again, this will be personal, but for our exercise, ours is to learn accounting. And our long-term goals is to get to work. Next is your emergency contact. So I'm going to put that Quinn's emergency contact is his John May, who is his father. He lives at 1234 Road, and he has a simple phone number. All right, next up is your health information. Do you happen to have any allergies or any prescriptions that we should know about, especially if you have a serious condition that we should know about to be able to give the best response in case you ever are in an emergency? Next up is student record. This gives you the ability to authorize someone other than yourself to have access to your marks and your attendance. Sometimes this is used for younger students who still have parents that need to have an idea of what's going on with their education. If that is a yes or a no for you, that's your personal choice to choose. And if you do choose to allow someone to have access to your information, please put in their information here, their name and what their relationship is to you. Our last question on this page is your preferred gender identification. That is your choice to write in an answer. Next. This is just some general questions. How did you find out about our program? Again, I'm going to open a menu here that you can't currently see, but there's lots of options, career days, online. I'm going to put parent, friend, student in vocational training recommended it, the last high school that you attended. You can type in, I think I'm just going to put HSB for this exercise. And there's also the option to choose that you never went to high school, which again is fine. We will work with you to get the requirements to get you into the program that you're looking for, if that is the case. Do you currently attend, or did you attend this a high school within this last year? So are you applying and you are currently in high school or just graduated? Yes or no. Is there a counselor that has been guiding you through this process? If so, you can attach their names to this file, and any information that you add in or any questions that you might have moving forward, it'll be tied in together. Next. Okay, and our last option here is to apply any sort of notes that you might want to include and to inform people of any sort of needs that you have. Next. So here is your review page. So you can just go through it and make sure that there's no mistakes. Should you see anything that you would like to change, there's a little button on the side that you can select that will allow you to modify or change any information that you would need to. And once you're confident that this is all done correctly, you can submit. So there is no charge for the application process. As you notice, there is a negative sign here, so there's no charge, so we can move forward with next. And our last step is to send some documents to you that will need to be signed to be submitted, so you can choose by internet or by mail. Submit. Your application process is almost complete. You're going to receive a confirmation email, and in this email there's going to be a link to complete your application and a line that says online dossier. When you click on that online dossier link, it's going to bring you back to the login page where you're going to enter your permanent code and the password that you created and sign in. Now there's a space to upload your files. So you'll see here that they're requiring a copy of your transcript from the Ministry of Education, a proof of permanent residency in Quebec, and there's a lot of examples of what works as proof, as well as a signed application form, which you can download here, print from your computer, and then sign and upload again. You can use a scanner to scan these documents into your computer, or you can use your telephone and take a photograph of the document, send it to your computer, and have it ready for upload. To upload your document, just simply click on Add File and follow the instructions. We hope that this tutorial has helped you, and we look forward to seeing you at the New Frontier School Board Continuing Education.